Welcome back to my channel, chicas. So today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this easy DIY. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how you can create the side panel, and you can go ahead and recreate this look, or you could create a side panel to your pants, track pants, leggings, blouses, t-shirts, sweaters, just anywhere that you want to create something like this. I decided to use this on this thrifted blouse that only cost me $3.99 at the thrift store, and the ribbon cost me like $2. It was kind of like a spool of ribbon, super cheap. You only need one of those, and fabric, and you only need 2 strips of fabric in order to create this specific look. But if you are creating like a different project, go ahead and measure out how much strips you're gonna need. But again, super inexpensive. There's always coupons out there that you can always use at Joann's or Hobby Lobby. So yeah, guys, before we do get started, don't forget to like and subscribe down below to join the Chica fam. And without further ado, let's get started, guys. Okay, guys, so I'm at Joann's trying to find the perfect black and white checker pattern that gives me that motorsport racetrack style. So I ended up going with these two, which are perfect. This one says Kentucky Derby, and you don't need a lot. I actually got a yard, but you honestly need like maybe less than maybe half a yard. And this one's $11.99, so half of that. And then I found this other one. It kind of reminds me of a Harleen Quinn, so I'm not really digging this one too much, but I went ahead and grabbed the yard shopping as well. And it's nighttime. It's okay though. I'm really excited for this DIY. I'm probably gonna work on it tomorrow, or I don't know, maybe I'll work on it tonight. But I'll go ahead and show you the materials I got when I get home. Alright guys, so you're gonna need fabric, your choice of fabric. I decided to use this Kentucky Derby, which is perfect for this project. You're also gonna need some type of fabric glue. I decided to go with this Fabric Fuse Quick Bond Adhesive. It takes around 46 hours to dry. There's a lot of different types of glue you can use to stick fabric to fabric. Honestly, it's just your preference, and I felt like this one is easy and it's perfect for this DIY. So then go ahead and grab your scissors, because you're going to need that to cut the fabric, and you're also going to need some type of ribbon, and this is optional depending on your project. And along the video you're going to see that I needed a ruler and a hot glue gun, so just keep that handy just in case you end up needing them. Alright guys, go ahead and grab your item that you're going to DIY. I'm going to go ahead and use this jacket slash blouse that I actually thrifted, and I'm going to replace this side panel to the sleeves. So I'm really not digging this zebra looking style, so I'm going to go ahead and first just straighten it out, get it as straight as I can, and I'm going to go ahead and measure basically the width. And the length, I know how long it's going to be because the fabric is a yard and it's pretty long. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the ruler and measure in between. So when I was measuring, I noticed that there's 2 different widths. So I decided to go with the bigger width. The one on top right there, that's a smaller width than the one at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the bottom width. And it's giving me around like 6.5 inches. I'm gonna give it an extra ½ inch. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with 7 inches instead. And that's basically how much I'm gonna wanna cut, and enough room so I can actually fold it in and hem it. Alright guys, go ahead and lay out the fabric. Now this is the fabric I found, and it says Kentucky Derby. And I'm just gonna make do with what I found. Unfortunately, my Joann's didn't just carry a checkered black and white. They only had this one, which is fine. And then I found this other fabric, and it reminds me kind of like a Joker, Harley Quinn style. So I wasn't really digging it as much as I thought I would. So I was going back and forth trying to figure out, well, which fabric would look better and which one's gonna give me basically the look that I'm kind of aiming for. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a shirt that I actually have already that's more like those motorsport style, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the difference between the fabrics. Okay guys, so here is a top that I purchased at Ross Dress for Less, and it has that Motorsport checkered black and white style, and as you can tell, it's totally different compared to the fabric I found at Joann's, so I'm really not going to use that fabric. But the one in the bottom looks a lot better together, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that fabric. So go ahead and grab a pen, and then you're gonna need a ruler, and go ahead and measure the inches that you measured. I measured 7 inches, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the Kentucky Derby right in the center between the 7 inches, so that way when it's running down the sleeves of the panel, it's perfectly aligned and right in the middle, and it shows the full name. So right now what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and I'm gonna mark my 7 inches. Go ahead and cut away and try to cut in a straight line, as straight as you can, and if it's not 100% straight, do not worry guys. We are going to be tucking in each side, so we're going to go ahead and kind of hem it while we're gluing it, so don't worry if you're not cutting straight. So you guys are going to want to cut 2 of these strips since we have 2 sleeves. Okay guys, so here's one and here's the second strip. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the first sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it out, and I'm going to make sure that the fabric is straightened out, and at the same time I'm going to make sure I start from the top of the sleeve since it's smaller than the bottom part. And again, straighten out the fabric, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the sides in so it has a nice clean cut. And right now I'm just placing the fabric on top, trying to figure out exactly where I want it to go, and I'm trying to make sure it's well even so there's a symmetrical going on, and I'm making sure the Kentucky Derby is right in the center so you can actually see the full words on that. And I'm basically going to just create a crease first, and then once I kind of have an idea of where I want it to be, I'm gonna go ahead and just trim that edge since there's like a tiny little bit of a curve there. So then right after I cut that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab the glue, and I'm gonna start gluing away. And guys, just remember, a little bit goes a long the way with this glue, and it does dry clear, so I wasn't stressing too much. I'm a little bit messy, so along the way you're gonna see that I got a little bit of the glue on the fabric, and I also got it on my hands. So again, it dries clear, so I didn't really mind. Okay, so I zoomed in a lot more so you guys can see what I'm doing. Again, I'm just applying little by little and just making sure that all the edges are glued in. Guys, I am digging this glue. Is that even possible? Okay, so this glue gets kind of like tacky, and you just have to hold it down for a couple seconds and then it sticks to it. It doesn't slide. I mean, why haven't I discovered this glue before? It makes sticking fabric on fabric so easy. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that I'm really digging this glue. So one of the things that I discovered was that working with the little box where it says Kentucky Derby made it so much easier gluing the rest of the checkered black and white pattern. So I started gluing the Kentucky Derby first, made sure that the full name was showing, and then once I was done gluing that, I worked my way down and in between the sides that weren't glued down yet, and honestly it was a time saver and it made things go way faster than having to go little by little. So all I'm doing now is gluing the centerpiece that's in between the Kentucky Derby signs, and like I said, it made things go by so fast and it was just really easy doing it this way. Okay guys, so this is gonna go here. This did not work. So we're gonna use a hot glue gun. So do you guys remember how I mentioned that you're gonna need a glue gun? Well, this is why. This fabric glue did not work with this ribbon at all. So I decided to trust my good old glue gun. Okay, so I went ahead and folded the edge of the ribbon, make sure I don't get any frays, and just start hot gluing your life away, guys. Just kidding, but guys, this part was so easy. All you're doing is just hot gluing the ribbon and just making sure you fold the edge in, kind of like adding a tiny little bit of a hem. But yeah, that's basically all I'm doing is just gluing and holding it down and gluing. Guys, please be very careful when you're handling a glue gun. It's very hot. I don't know how many times I have burned myself. It hurts really bad. So guys, if you've never used a hot glue gun before, have an adult help you. But like I said, it's really easy. All you're doing is just gluing and that's it. Go ahead and go over the sides. If you see some of the sides that haven't fully been glued on, just go ahead and go over it over and over until it's 100% super glued down. Okay, so you're going to want to add glue, go ahead and fold it in. So you're basically kind of creating a clean hem cut for the ribbon. And all you're doing is doing the same thing you did to the other side. You're just gluing away and it's super easy. So if you guys do have any questions or any comments, go ahead and leave it down below and I'll do my best to answer it. But again, all of this is very self-explanatory. So hopefully I gave you guys some type of easy DIY inspiration of how you guys can create stripes to any items that you have. Oh my goodness, guys, I am so proud of myself. So I had a vision and this was literally what I was kind of aiming for, and I am so happy it came out awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same to the next sleeve and stay tuned so you can see how it turned out.